Hello everyone, welcome back to Amin Math Club. Today we have a nice Olympiad problem that is square root of 2 minus square root of 2 minus x is equal to x. So here we have to find the value of x. Here we see that our left hand side it is under radical sign. So here 2 minus square root of 2 minus x it is greater than 0. It is greater than 0. So if it is greater than 0, then value of x here our right hand side is also greater than 0. So now here our first condition is that x is greater than 0, greater than and equal to 0. So we are going to start our solution now. That is square root of 2 minus square root of 2 minus x is equal to x. Now if we take square on both hand side, so taking square on both sides, here this 2 can be cancelled out with square root, so we get that 2 minus square root of 2 minus x is equal to x squared. So here if we shift this x squared to our left hand side, then we have 2 minus x squared, and shifting this term to our right hand side, then we get positive square root of 2 minus x. 2 minus x. Here 2 minus x squared is equal to 2 minus x whole square root. So here we see that the 2 minus x squared it is actually 2 minus x square root is actually greater than 0 or equal to 0. So here we just write 2 minus x square root left hand side of this equation is greater than and equal to 0. So if 2 minus x square root is greater than or equal to 0, then this 2 minus x squared is also greater than or equal to 0. So if we shift this x squared to our right hand side, then we get x squared is greater than that is x squared. Here we have, so if we are going to shift this one, then 2 is greater than or equal to x squared, and x squared is less than or equal to 2. So it is our second condition. Now here we have two conditions. Now we have to check this problem with respect to two conditions. So our two conditions are, first one is x is greater than or equal to 0, and next one is, it is our first condition, and x squared is less than or equal to 2. Now we have two possible conditions. We have to check this problem, the solution of this problem with this domain here, that we have x is greater than or equal to 0 or x squared is less than or equal to 2. Now solving this one, here we have 2 minus x squared is equal to square root of 2 minus x. Now just this removing this sign, radical sign, so we have to take square on both hand side. Taking square, this square can be cancelled out with square root, so we get 2 minus x squared whole squared. And here we can use our exponential law, as we know that if we have a minus b whole squared, then it is equal to a squared plus b squared minus 2 times a times b. Now our left hand side of this equation will be 2 squared, so 2 squared is 4, and plus x squared whole squared is x to the power 4, and minus 2 times 2 times x squared is equal to 2 minus x. Here we have x to the power 4, and minus 2 times 2 is 4, so 4x squared. Here we get plus 4, and shifting this one we have minus 2 minus x will be plus x, which is equal to 0. Now x to the power 4 and minus 4x squared plus x plus 4 minus 2 we get plus 2 is equal to 0. Now here x to the power 4 minus 4x squared, so if we just take x squared is common from this pair, so we get x squared taking common, inside bracket we get x squared minus 4. And if we are going to take plus 1 is common, so we get x plus 2, that is equal to 0. Now we are going to solve our problem step by step here. So x squared, here it can be written as x squared minus 4 can be written as 2 squared. So it is actually a perfect square, that is a squared minus b squared. So plus 1 multiplied by x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now we know that by algebraic identity, if we have a squared minus b squared, then it is equal to a plus b times a minus b. So our next step will be x squared times x plus 2, it is x plus 2 times x minus 2. So here we have plus 1 times x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now here it is our first pair, that is x squared multiplied by x plus 2 times x minus 2. It is our first pair, and it is our second pair, plus 1 multiplied by x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now here x plus 2 is common, so we are going to just take x plus 2 is common outside bracket, then we get x squared times x minus 2, and here we have plus 1, so it is equal to 0. Now this x squared can be multiplied with x minus 2, so we get x plus 2 times, here we have x squared times x is x cubed minus 2x squared, and it is plus 1, that is equal to 0. Now we have two possible cases, that x plus 2 is equal to 0, or x cubed minus 2x squared plus 1 is equal to 0. So here x is equal to, shifting plus 2 we get minus 2, so we have first value of x, which is x1, so x1 is equal to minus 2. It is our first value. Now it is x cubed minus 2x squared plus 1, so it is a cubic equation, so we have to just write this minus 2x squared into minus x squared minus x squared plus 1. So minus x squared will be minus 2x squared, that is equal to 0. Now solving this equation, we have to just make pairs here. So it is our first pair, it is our second pair. Now here we just take x squared is common, so inside bracket we get x minus 1, and here if we just take that, here we have x minus 1, so here minus 1 is taking common, so we get x squared minus time plus is minus 1, that is equal to 0. So x squared times x minus 1 minus 1 times, here x squared minus 1, according to algebraic identity we can write x plus 1 times x minus 1, that is equal to 0. Now we see that here we have x minus 1 is a common term, so if we just take x minus 1 is common, so we have x squared minus 1 times, here we have x plus 1 is equal to 0. Now here x minus 1 times x squared, minus 1 times x is minus x, and minus time plus is minus 1 is equal to 0. So x minus 1 is equal to 0, or x squared minus x minus 1 is equal to 0. So here x is equal to, minus 1 will be plus 1, it is our value of x2, so x2 is equal to 1. Here we get our second value of x. So it is a quadratic equation, we have to solve this as it is not factorable, so using quadratic formula. For this purpose, the value of a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 1, and c is also equal to minus 1. According to quadratic formula x is equal to minus b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. Here we have x is equal to minus time minus b, value of minus b is minus 1, plus minus square root of b squared, which is minus 1 whole squared, and minus 4 times a is 1, c is minus 1, all over 2 times a is 1. Now x is equal to minus time minus is plus 1, plus minus square root of minus 1 squared is 1, and here minus time minus is plus 4 times 1 is 4, all over 2. So here we get 1 plus minus square root of 5 over 2. So we have two values of x, that is x is equal to, let's say it is x3, 1 plus square root of 5 over 2, and here we have x4, which is equal to 1 minus square root of 5 over 2. So we have four values of x. Here we see that we have four values of x. Now here our x1 is actually minus 2 and x2 is actually 1. So these are our four values. Now we have to verify these values by using our two conditions. Now to verify value of x, we use two conditions here. Here our first condition is x is greater than or equal to 0, x squared is less than or equal to 2. So first of all, we are going to just verify our value of x1. As value of x1 is equal to minus 2, so if we just check our first condition here, that is x is greater than or equal to 0. So here we see that value of x is minus 2. So if it is minus 2, then minus 2 is greater than or equal to 0, and as we know that minus 2 is actually less than 0, so it is rejected. Similarly, if we just check our second value of in this x, so x squared, here we have second condition, that is x squared is less than or equal to 2. So here value of x is minus 2, so minus 2 whole squared is less than or equal to 2. Here minus 2 whole square is 4 is less than or equal to 2. As we know that 4 is actually greater than 2, so it is rejected. We just reject our first value here. Now we have to check our value of x2 here. Similarly, our first condition is x is greater than or equal to 0. Here the value of x is 1. 1 is greater than or equal to 0. Yes, it is true, 1 is greater than or equal to 0. So 1 is greater than 0. Similarly, our second condition, if we just verify, that is x squared is less than or equal to 2. So here value of x is 1. Putting here 1 squared is 1 is less than or equal to 2. Yes, 1 is less than 2, so it is true. Now this value is our that valid value, it is valid. So our second solution, that is x2, have valid solution. How? We are going to check our value of x3. As value of x3 is x3 is equal to 1 plus square root of 5 all over 2, and value of x4, which is our fourth value here, it is our fourth value, so x4 is 1 minus square root of 5 over 2. We have to verify these two values here. Now our first condition is x is greater than or equal to 0. So here value of x is 1 plus square root of 5 all over 2 is greater than or equal to 0. Now we see that this square root of 5 is actually, it is approximately equal to greater than the value of that value of 2. So we just put here that it is approximately equal to, let us suppose the square root of 5 is approximately equal to 2. So here we have 1 plus 2 over 2 is greater than or equal to 0. Now 2 plus 1 is 3. and 3 over 2 is greater than or equal to 0. Here we have that 3 over 2 is greater than or equal to 0. So here we get that 3 is actually, it is equal to, if we just write 1 and then we get 1/10, so 1.5. Yes, 1.5 is greater than or equal to 0. So 1.5 is greater than 0. Yes, it is true. Now we have to just check our second value, that is condition of x here. So our second condition is x squared is less than or equal to 2. Here x is 1 plus square root of 5 over 2 whole squared is less than or equal to 2. Now checking this one, here we have that 1 plus square root of 5, so it is actually a plus b whole squared. Then 1 squared is 1 plus b squared, we get 5, and plus 2ab we get 2 times square root of 5. Here we have 2 squared is 4 is less than or equal to 2. We are going to check this. So 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 plus 2 times square root of 5 over 4. Now here we have less than or equal to 2. So if we just take 2 is common, we have 3 plus square root of 5 all over 4 here. So it is 4. Then 2 1 is 2, 2 2s are 4, less than or equal to 2. Then our next step is, that is 3 plus square root of 5, multiplying and this 2 on both hand side, then cancelling here. Here we get less than or equal to 4. So 3 plus this square root of 5 is approximately equal to 2. Let's say it is equal to 2. So less than or equal to 4. 3 plus 2 is 5 is less than or equal to 4. So here we see that 5 is greater than 4. So it is rejected. It is rejected. Hence our second condition is not valid here. So this value of x is rejected, that x3 is also rejected. So here finding this x4, so for first condition, that is we have x is greater than or equal to 0. So here we see that the value of x is 1 minus square root of 5. So 1 minus square root of 5 is almost equal to 2, or over this 2 less greater than or equal to 0. So here we get minus 1 over 2, and minus 1 over 2 is greater than or equal to 0. So here we have minus, let's say it will be 0 0.5 greater than or equal to 0. We see that minus 0 0.5 is less than 0, so it is rejected. Hence we just check our second condition, so it will be the same result, it is rejected. So value of x4 is rejected here. Now we have only one solution which is valid, that is x2 is equal to 1. Now our final value is, our final answer is that the value of x is equal to 1. Value of x is equal to 1. So it is our final answer. I hope you have understand all these steps. We have just verify all on these values of x by using two conditions here. So now checking our entire solution here step by step. Here we have 4 values of x, but final answer is only x is equal to 1. So value of x here we have x is equal to 1. So that's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.